Hello, thank you so much for joining me for another summer session. My name is Summer and we're about to get into today's energy. So today I'm starting off with two different signs. The first one is Brazil and the second one is 1987. So you might be like, what the fuck do you mean Brazil in 1987? Well, when I tell you that anything can be a sign, I mean it, okay? So Brazil was really confusing for me, but a lot of times like signs don't really have like a clear-cut message. They're kind of like riddles, I would say. So what I was noticing with this sign specifically, drums, soccer, masks, and fun. So the main thing, and I say masks because of Carnival, I did look up what happened in Brazil at that time, and I'm just going to get into that real quick because I feel like it's important for some reason, although it's not really what I'm going to talk about at all. In 1987 in Brazil, there was a radioactive contamination called the Brazilian Chernobyl. Stay with me. I looked up where all the contaminations in the world are located and thought maybe there's some type of spiritual radioactive contamination that's going on. Not sure what the relevance is, but it stuck out for some reason. So yeah, that is something that stuck out. And when I look at my signs, when I do stuff like this, excuse me, my allergies are so fucking bad right now. I look at all possibilities, I would say. I look at it like a detective where I kind of weigh up everything. So that is definitely something that could be going on. And I'm going to kind of like bookmark that and keep it for later in case it might be relevant. But another thing that I was saying as I was talking to you guys like 5 minutes ago, not 5 minutes, 5 seconds ago, the major themes that I said were drums, soccer, masks, and fun, right? And then in 1987, when you add all that together, it equals 7. The number that represents spirituality, analytical, and intuition, right? So when I put those two together, it's kind of like we are learning to have fun and embrace this experience. And when I say this experience, I mean being on Earth, being human, what our souls have to endure as we're here. All right, enough about the signs. Let's pull some cards based on them. But yeah, I do feel like we're learning to have fun. We're learning to move to the own rhythm of our personal drums, right? I think that's why that's coming through. And seeing life as a game, like a soccer match, like I said. And learning that we have different masks and we can have fun in many different ways. We are not just one type of person. We are a bajillion types of people. Therefore, we're going to all like and want to do different things. Oh my God, something in my eye. Sorry about that. I got completely derailed. I completely forgot where I left off, but we're just going to jump into the tarot part of it. So let's see what energy Brazil and 1987 are bringing, or what that even means, or what it looks like in tarot. So let's just find out. Okay, Queen of Swords. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to pull... Oh, we got... Oh, okay. The World card. Oh my God, it's kind of messy, low key. In transition. Oh, the World is in transition. So okay, so yeah, it's what I said. It's the positive spin. I don't really see anything about Chernobyl here. Maybe we're coming out of that. Maybe we're finally cleaning up everything from like a contamination, like a spiritual contamination, I would say. And maybe we're starting to actually get to the point where we move on from that. It is a thing from the past, right? And there was a lot of chaos that happened in the 80s and 90s that kind of bled into what's happening now. I feel like there's a lot from the past that has kind of led us to where we are, but I feel like maybe this is talking about how we're cleaning that up, right? And with the Queen of Swords coming out with the 8 of Swords, I feel like this is kind of us taking the lead and untying ourselves. And I'm almost seeing this shit that she's standing in as the Chernobyl, as the radioactive contamination, right? And I feel like she's gotten up off of that shit and is like, hey, yo, we all rising. We all getting out of there. And look what's next. New beginning and trusting our intuition. I feel like this is a classic tale. And I even might have been talking about this in yesterday's message, but I know it was one of the few before this one. But yeah, this is really reminding me that we are learning to trust ourselves, and we have to go through garbage to get to the paradise, right? That it's just a part of this experience, is like you gotta go through hell to get to heaven type shit. And I feel like with this Brazilian Chernobyl message, but also that being a message of positivity in itself, it's like, okay, I could believe that the Brazilian Chernobyl is happening now. And I mean that in a spiritual sense. I hope you guys, this is going to sound so crazy to some people because they're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But whatever. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm so sorry. I probably seem like a psycho. But anyways, you could either see it as spiritual contamination happening now and not even seeing the positive view of this message, or you could see both and see how they're both kind of in tandem, right? I feel like we're coming out of the contamination and into harmony, but it's, like I said, it's a messy road to get there. And yeah, I feel like we've gone through the mess and now it's time to clean up the mess, right? So that's this new beginning. We're cleaning it up. We're trusting our intuition as we walk the path. And yeah, the world is going through a transition, and this is you and the big world, like your world and the world that everybody else lives in. Does that make sense? Oh my God. It's so hard to speak like 3D terms and also like spiritual terms like at once, because sometimes it sounds like they're contradicting. Whatever. We're all going through a transition. We're all going through a transition, and we are all learning how to be calm through that. And we're going through a rebirth. We're all being very patient and honoring ourselves through this rebirth. And I feel like that's something to be proud of, and something to remember. Yeah, it's time to reflect on what we've created up until this point and decide what we want, what we don't, and get rid of it. If we don't want it, get it out. Endings. This is like really ending a way of being. Let's see. What are we entering into? What type of energy are we entering into as a society, as people? Whoa, a lot. Wow. And the first thing because I've been hearing we're entering a golden age, which is like, I don't know if that's being like really optimistic, but that's what I saw, like golden energy. And this card came out with the Queen of Wands. This card has been, Queen of Wands has been coming out like every reading this week. So yeah, there's this, oh, look at the sunflower. Brightness, brighter days ahead. Dang, maybe we are entering a golden age, because right now everything's feeling real dark. But maybe dawn's about to hit, you know? Maybe we're going through the dark night of a soul as a society, like as a collective, like the whole world. Because, man, we got some crazy shit going on. But yeah, that's what I got right now. Let's end it on some Moonology messages. Whoa. Your dreams need a practical plan. So whatever you're dreaming right now, make a plan for that. Start bringing that shit into reality. Now is the time to not doubt yourself. Now is the time to believe in yourself more than you ever have, and to really go full send into whatever the fuck you want. Take the risk. Do the crazy shit. You only live once on this life, or on this earth, and why are we wasting our time? What are we doing? That's why I'm like, why am I not posting the videos? Who gives a fuck? It's time to release negativity. Stop being so damn negative. Yeah, you might be holding yourself back right now and blaming it on other people. Your commitment is being tested. Are you committed? I'm committed. I'm over here still sick doing this shit. I may not seem sick. It's because I'm insanely caffeinated. Adjustments are required. There's some things that need to be done. There's some things that need to get going. And so there's a need to channel that Aries energy. I did forget to talk about how Mercury entered Aries yesterday. So you might have some direct conversations, pretty straight to the point, straightforward, ready to go. Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And it's exciting stuff. So don't freak out. See what you need to release that's negative, because, man, they're really emphasizing that. And they really want you to just kind of get serious about what your dreams are. Stop. Why are we acting like things aren't possible in this earth? Everything is possible. So I don't want to hear that negative shit from you. I want to hear positivity. All right, let's read Six of Fire, because I was guided to go. I just zoned out and went to the good tarot. So let's see. 6 of Fire. What is that? Wow, stepping into the limelight, being an enlightened influencer. I generously model my transformation so that others might be inspired. I put my light atop a hill so it can shine forth, helping others to find their way. I remain aware of shadows and people who have trouble basking in the warm light of higher awareness. I bless them, but do not dim my own beacon. It's time for me to renew my trust that I'm contributing to the highest good of all in my own unique way. Yeah, we are entering a golden era. It seems, apparently, that's what the cards are telling me, so I'm going to believe it. So if you want to contribute to the highest good, start now. You know, I'm trying to send all these good vibes. I'm trying to heal the earth's heart. I'm trying to help everybody. I'm like, let's stop wasting our time just like only focusing on ourselves. You know, let's focus on helping others, lifting everyone up with us. No more gatekeeping. No gatekeeping. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think it's time to end the message. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great week and go through this transition as smoothly as possible. It's going to be intense. This Aries energy is hitting us hard. So yeah, I hope you have a good one. And if you're interested in a personal private reading or joining my Patreon, check out the description below and I can get you whatever you need. I don't know what. I'm really losing it. I'm sick. You can tell. All right. Have a good week. Bye.